In light of everything that's going on right now, I just want to say this. You cannot call yourself biblical and you voted for that orange man. I understand racism was a motivation for a lot of Christians, okay? And God did not teach racism in the Bible. I'm sorry to tell you, you cannot justify racism with Christianity. I'm going to read a verse. I put this on my Instagram earlier. It's Acts chapter 10, verse 28, right? And it says, "Then he said to them, you know how unlawful it is for a Jewish man to keep company with or go to one of another nation. But God has shown me that I should not call any man common or unclean." And now I'm going to read verse 34. "Then Peter opened his mouth and said, in truth, I perceive that God shows no partiality, but in every nation, whoever fears him and works righteousness is accepted by him." So we can no longer justify racism with Christianity, okay? Because that's not what God taught. God also didn't teach to not only not help the poor, but also take away from them so they're even poorer, okay? He did not teach to make people homeless, to take away their shelter because they were of another nation. If your pastor told you to vote for the orange man, or if your pastor voted for the orange man, he is a false prophet. He has no discernment. He should not be a pastor. Everything that God taught in the Bible, the orange man does the exact opposite. If your motivation was racism and you're willing to admit that and it has nothing to do with your Christianity, this is not for you. This is for the Christian extremists. Who are you to justify which sin is higher up on the list? Who are you to say being gay is worse than grape? Who are you to say being gay is worse than adultery? You cannot follow what your pastor says. This is why it's so important to know your word. You don't follow a man. You don't follow your pastor. Know your word. There are many false prophets. Most of these preachers are false prophets, okay? This is why it's so important to know your word. So when they say something that doesn't make sense, you say, hey, that's not what the Bible said, because it's about the Bible, right? It's what's in the Bible, not what your pastor said. Religion and politics don't mix. It's like using your religion to justify sports. It doesn't mix. They are two separate entities. One side is not more biblical than the other, but one side has more integrity than the other. One side is a lot more greedy than the other. One side is a little greedy. The other side is willing to take down a whole entire nation for their greed. I'm not judging anybody for sinning because I'm a sinner, okay? It's something about it that feels so dirty when Christian extremists use the Bible and Christianity to justify all of the actions that is like going on right now. It just feels dirty and nasty and sick. And I would like for it to stop, okay?